Hi, everybody. I'm here today with my friend, Martie Weatherly, and Martie, excuse me, is one of my Qigong students. We met a couple of years ago at a virtual event. I did a little Qigong demonstration, and Martie apparently loved it. She got in touch with me, and I offered her to come to one of my classes, one of my online classes, because she's in a different country than me. And
Mhm.
we've been engaged ever since. She's been taking my classes and she's done my Aegis Vitality Qigong course. So I thought it might be fun to have her on to talk about her Qigong journey, and you can get a little bit of an idea of how Qigong has affected her in her life. So Marty, tell me where you were at when you first got in touch with me, and what you thought of Qigong from a few minutes online.
Yes, yes. Well, I have just turned 87 and I am amazed at that because I don't feel 87, whatever that's supposed to feel like. But and I've been a nurse for all my, 60 years. And so I'm very interested in health and well-being and continuing to be as vital and healthy as I can. And I, there was something that attracted me about Qigong right away. I liked the fact that um, it was healing the body in a way that was gentle. It does a lot to calm me. I now do some every morning, and I find it very calming and very relaxing, and also a very good feeling to be stretching and moving and getting my body ready for the day. So I was attracted to, I knew after that first session that I wanted to continue. And I have been continuing ever since. And as you said, I'm in another time zone. So so I try to make the weekly meetings as much as I can. And when I can't, I watch it online. And that is really helpful in a couple of ways. It means I don't miss it because I couldn't make the class. And then it also means that I am able to pick and choose what parts of these saved classes I can watch. So what I do is what I have realized in the last few weeks when I've missed classes is that I've found that one class that has the particular 20 minutes that's exactly right for me. And so I've been watching that over and over again, and it helps to fit right into my morning routine now. And I think now I've had a lot of resulting. My physical health has gotten better since doing it, and that is wonderful. I'm thrilled. So I guess the story I'll tell you is that after I had been working with you for maybe a month, I realized that I have an injury to my right shoulder that the surgeon said I actually tore a ligament and it can't be fixed. So I have a muscle in there that's dead. And when I started Qigong, I could only raise my arm up about that high before it felt wrong. And it also was hurting at night. I would wake up on one side and it would hurt. I'd turn over. And after doing Qigong for about a month, all of a sudden I was raising my arm. But how did that happen? I thought there wasn't a muscle in there. I don't know. I taught the other ones or something. So I raised my arm and the pain went away. So
Well,
I was like, right on. I like this.
that's great. And I know you had mentioned more recently to me that your lungs are quite a bit better than what
My
they.
lungs are better. I have certain ones I do for my lungs. I'm an asthmatic, and I've had years uh, of having a cold in the wintertime that would go into my lungs. It had to be treated with steroids. And I, I, it's just, may, maybe it's part just a coincidence, but it's not surprising to me that in the last 2 years, I have had I had the first cold this a few weeks ago that I've had in years, and I did not have to have steroids. And so you mentioned also it supports our immune system. So
Yes, the
something changed, and I'm not having, and I haven't had steroids in those 2 years, which I'm delighted with because I don't like to take them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, yes, the Aegis Vitality course that I'm going to be starting again on February the 11th. The set of movements that I'll be teaching in that course is absolutely fantastic for immunity. And I often teach the course in the fall. This time it'll be winter, but I like to teach it at that time because it really does build up your immunity, and so people don't get those winter and fall colds the way that they used to. So, yeah,
Yeah. And I just went to the lung doctor. He said I'm absolutely great.
wow,
Um,
that's
so
fantastic.
that's been another thing that I've gotten. And then my balance, then I had problems with vertigo and my balance, and I made a goal to be able to walk without my cane, which I just did today.
Yay, that's
And I've been
fantastic.
doing balance, so I've been doing balance exercises that you give me. So I tell everybody about it. I think Qigong is wonderful, and I think your class is wonderful. And the way you teach it is wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. So, what would you say to somebody else who's considering taking the course or
Yes.
doing some Qigong?
Absolutely. And the things I like about the way you teach, Blanche, is that you are able to teach in a way that when you're going through the different I guess we call them exercises, or whatever, what do we call them?
Qigong movement, yep.
Movements, yeah. You are aware of the fact that some of the people in your audience may not have done them before. So you're able to explain them, but not so much that it's boring to those of us who know them. And you also are really good, since you're teaching online, on showing us something and then turning to the side so that I can see it from the side. So and you're very aware of your students. I guess you're they're not there in the room with you, so you're you're just teaching online, which sometimes isn't too easy. But you're very much
Mm,
you're talking as though we were all in the room with you. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it feels like you are to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big happy family. Okay, is there anything else that you want to share about your journey or Qigong or
Let's see. Is there anything else I had? Oh, here's another thing that you do really well. Is you keep reminding us not to do too much. And I know sometimes you're talking to me, you say, if you have balance problems now, don't put your feet together all the way, put them a little. So you're very aware. You seem to be talking to me, but I'm sure there are other people. And then you're saying do 70 to 80% of what you could do. So you're very mindful of people not going overboard, and that's really helpful. And then the last thing is your last um, part that I did with you was about brain health, and some of them were kind of difficult for me to do, but you did a great job of saying you can choose one of these. So I chose the easiest one for me. But
that's
it's
great.
something I've added to my daily routine because I want to be able to support my brain and have my brain healthy, and I want to be able to remember things better.
Yeah.
So that's now all part of my morning routine. So I tell everyone about Qigong, and I tell everyone about your class, and I think it's particularly for someone who's older, as I am, and who wants or well, I would that's not right, because I actually tell everyone. Because I unfortunately have someone who told me today that her daughter has cancer, and the first thing I want to say is get her into Qigong. I'll wait a little while and see how, and but
Yeah.
I'll certainly be, because I'm very aware that the Chinese have known a kind of medicine and a kind of energy and all about the Qi energy that we in Western medicine and me as a nurse don't know about. And and so there's something to this. And by being able to use Qigong for the physical, mental, and emotional levels, it really touches everything in my life. And really, so I love it. And thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome, Marty, and thank you for coming on today. And also thank you for having such an open mind, because lots of people in the Western medical system, which you were for 60
But yeah,
years,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
won't even try some of these things. So, um, well done for being open-minded and curious and willing to step into something that was new.
And of the first time that I felt the chi, I felt this tingling in my hands. I was like, what? What? Now there's something else that you have taught us healing that I have not yet felt. And it's like, I think it's with the brain health. There's something that that you say we can feel that's just like completely foreign to me. So that's why I'm mentioning it, because it seems to be a completely foreign things are going on in my body that I just never thought about as being a part of Western medicine. So this was like all brand new, but it's there because I could feel it. I did it. I felt it like a
Yep.
ball. It was right there.
Great. And that is one of the things that I tend to do in my classes and my Aegis Vitality course as well, is I do explain what's going on in the body from the perspective of Chinese medicine. So, if I uh, do a particular movement, for example, that is good for the lungs, I mentioned that, and then people are able, such as you, Marty, are able to then do that on your own if you've got lung issues. And the same with other things. I know in the classes right now we're working on the bones and the kidneys and the bladder and the
Yes,
brain, which are all kind of related in Chinese medicine. Um, so yes, it is very different from Western medicine. But for those who are curious enough and willing to give it a try, I promise that you will not regret it.
that's right.
So I'll just mention again, first of all, thank you, Marty. It's
You're
been
welcome.
wonderful. I'll just mention again that I have my Aegis Vitality 5-week online course starting on February the 11th. And if you're interested in that, I'll put the link in the comments below. And if you've got any questions, please be in touch. And you just have to write in the comments and I'll get in touch with you. So thanks very much, everybody. And thank you
Okay.
again, Marty. And I'll see you in class on Tuesday.
Yes. Bye.
Alrighty. Bye for now.